have to ask, man. Are you sure about this? I'm not sure if they're ready, you know.
Listen, man, we can't wait any longer. And we're not going to know if they're ready unless we challenge their minds.
I hear that, bro, but times have changed, you know. People are mad sensitive nowadays. Everything you say offends them.
I know. And we're going to offend them. But I don't care.
In that case, I guess we got to do what we have to do.
Peace, family, peace. And welcome back to the Black Opinion podcast. I am 1/4 of the Black Opinion, Sa Ra Garvey.
Marcus Loveless.
That's another quarter. And one of the most important, probably the most important piece to this whole thing is the man behind the camera they call Addoink. Say what's up, brother.
Yo.
Right, so ladies and gents, right, glad you could all join us. Glad you could all join us. Listen, before we even get started, yeah, like, share, subscribe. Share this out. Let everybody know that we're on air and we're live and you can have your say, because today's topic, Marcus, today's topic, my brother, yeah, is going to be explosive. And I know it's going to trigger a lot of people, okay? We're going to be talking about abortion. It's going to trigger a lot of people, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. You can call in and have your say. Now, this is the Black opinion, yeah, but it's also your opinion. It's the people's opinion. We want to hear what you've got to say. And people that hear the Black opinion and they're like, oh my God, it sounds like a little bit racist. Listen, we're just black guys. We got opinions. We're giving them to you. Take it or leave it. Now, this is a freedom of speech zone, is it not, Marcus?
Indeed it is.
That's right. We don't police your thoughts here. We don't police your opinions because we don't want our thoughts and opinions being policed either.
True.
Okay? All right?
True.
So, if you are going to call in though, if you are going to call in at some point, please, you have to come on camera. In the live chat right now is the StreamYard link if you want to have your say, but no trolls, people, because this is what Addoink. It's a no troll zone. Okay, it's a no troll zone. So, you know, people on the internet like to call in and have their say and say certain silly things, but not over here, because good debate is where we're at. So, now that we've made those introductions, Mr. Loveless, abortion. Are you essentially, if we, let's do the polarization thing right now, right?
Right.
Are you pro-choice or are you pro-life?
Can I be neither?
Wow, okay, you could be neither, yeah?
Can I be neither?
What does that even mean? What do you mean neither?
I'll just be circumstantial.
So abortions are circumstantial?
Yep. I go by circumstance. What are the circumstances? I need the details.
Okay, so one of the major things, yeah, that women specifically say is that it's their body, their choice. And
Okay.
what if somebody is raped or molested? Should they still be allowed abortion then? What do you think of abortion in those cases? I always say this.
Are we talking about the R word?
The R word, grape.
Right.
Yeah.
Grape. We're talking about grape.
Grape's the word because, you know, sensitive people.
Algorithms and that?
Yeah, algorithms. So grape is the word. What if somebody is graped?
Yeah.
And a baby is the result?
I mean, do what you like. It's your body. But I would say, thinking about the long-term effects, I would say this is where I'm
pro-life,
pro-abortion.
Pro-abortion. Okay.
In that circumstance, because you can have the emotional understanding that there's a life inside. No matter if it was grape, there's a life inside, right? But are you using foresight? Are you going later on down the line that child has to now live with their father being a graper?
Right. Yeah. And I get it, because I'm the same as you, because I think that if a woman has to go through that traumatic experience, it was what they call non-consensual. So if the baby is a result of something non-consensual, that's a non-consensual child.
Yeah.
So I understand in those circumstances. However, Did you know that abortions because of grape only make up 1% of overall abortions?
I thought it was even less, but yeah.
Sometimes less, depending on where you go.
Yeah.
So that argument, if people are going to try and bring the argument, I'm just saying you'll only be arguing the 1% argument.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all they'll be. You'll be arguing. So, Marcus, I don't know if you heard the story, and it ties into this, right? In America, something happened in America to do with abortion. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to ask Addoink to play the first abortion video, and let's see what people think of this.
Are aborted babies being burned and then used for electricity? I'm sure you've heard the story about the 5 aborted babies found in Washington, D.C. POW is the pro-life group that found those babies, and they held a press conference recently which included how they went about finding the babies. They say they were given the box of remains from a Curtis Bay Energy truck driver. But what is Curtis Bay allegedly doing with this medical waste? One of the speakers at the press conference stated that Curtis Bay Energy is burning the bodies of the babies to create energy for Baltimore. The Curtis Bay website claims that they don't use aborted babies for energy, but we have videos and photos all over the internet now of aborted babies being found in a Curtis Bay Energy box being picked up by a Curtis Bay Energy truck. Not to mention, turning biomedical waste into energy is Curtis Bay's specialty. Are the streetlights of Baltimore staying on because you burn the bodies of aborted babies?
So, are aborted babies being burned for energy in Baltimore?
Now I know what we just seen, but people make up things all the time. I'm sure there is some weight to this story. I'm not saying the story is made up, but what I would say is this. If it is true, whatever God you pray to, help us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If it is true.
So let's see if it is true. Let's see if it is true.
Just go ahead and see.
Addoink, please, the first slide, please, my friend. So let's see what this story is all about. Yeah, let's read it. From the anti-abortion, right. It says anti-abortion activists say that they were allowed to take 115 fetuses. A medical waste disposal company denied their account. Most of the fetuses were buried in secret. The activists said, but they kept 5 that were later removed by the police in Washington, D.C. Second slide, please, Addoink. We'll continue on. So it says, now this is from USA Today, I believe. Anti-abortion activists claim on Tuesday that 5 fetuses that were removed from an apartment in Washington last week had been in a box containing a total of 115 that the driver of a medical waste truck voluntarily allowed them to take from his dolly outside an abortion clinic. The driver's employer, Curtis Bay Waste Medical Services, denied their account and added that the use of its services to dispose of fetuses was against company policy. It was the latest turn in an investigation that burst into public view last Wednesday, the same day that Lauren Handy, 28, an anti-abortion activist, was arrested and charged along with 8 others with illegally blocking access to Washington abortion clinic in October 2020. Last slide, let's continue. Last bit of the story now. Separately from that federal investigation, the Metropolitan Police in Washington, D.C. say that they had removed 5 fetuses from an apartment where Miss Handy said she lived, prompting questions about where they came from and why she had them. At a news conference on Tuesday, Miss Handy, the director of activism at a group called Progressive Anti-Abortion Uprising, Teresa Bukovinak, the group's founder and executive director, and Randall Terry, the founder of the anti-abortion group Operation Rescue, sought to answer these questions. They claim that Miss Handy and Miss Bukovinak had gone to Washington Surgery Clinic to protest abortions on March 25th, when they happened upon a Curtis Bay truck driver who was loading boxes outside. They told him there were dead babies inside, they said, and asked him if he could get in trouble if they took one. So,
we could hold that as proof.
After babies in Baltimore are being aborted. They're being transported via this company. And this company is an energy waste disposal company that burns things to create energy. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, right?
C word.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
However, why would a medical waste company be taking the fetuses of aborted babies?
All right. I'm not going to get in the realm of spooky, but I'll say this. Although there is many abortions going on, there's not enough abortions that go on to keep the lights on. Right? So I'll say this. To me, personally, my opinion, there's a part of the story missing.
Okay, would you like to try and fill in that part? What do you mean?
I don't believe. I think it's for more nefarious reasons. I don't believe like they just, like just chuck it in with all the rest of the crap to burn energy so we can make more energy. For people. Like I can't roll with that.
So what do you think then?
I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to say that doesn't fit in with. There are plenty of other ways to get rid of fetuses, right?
Right,
There's plenty of other ways.
Right. So why that specific way?
I don't know. You have to ask what fetishes whoever the head of the electric company or whatever energy company's into. Like I don't know that. I just know it doesn't fit as in. Like what would it be their reasons? Like what would be the reason for burning
babies?
These unborn babies. What would be? It can't be a moral thing. It can't be a hygienic thing for those people that are working there to smell burnt up fetuses. If they knew that that's what they was inhaling, the people that work
and if they knew that they were getting energy and turning their lights on because babies may have been a part of being burnt.
That's my cliche right there. Is that I don't think that we are getting energy from that. And I don't think the babies are being incinerated. I don't know where they're going when they get there.
You think it's a smokescreen? You think it's a cover-up?
I just know that there's not enough abortions, not enough fetuses to make a rational argument to say that it sounds good. It's a good headline. We're keeping our lights on because of
dead babies.
It sounds good. Yeah, as a headline, it sounds, it's like a shock value thing. But for me, I want to know, why did you take, if I was in that situation with a girl, right? I want to know, why is the fetus gone to an energy company?
Right.
I don't even care whether you burnt it, whether you whatever, it should be in the ground, bro.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, why is this energy company
I don't want to know why
babies?
It's gone to Argos. I don't know why it went to Japan. I don't care where, I'm not interested in none of that. I want to know why you just didn't put it in the dirt. Or if it's going to be cremated, why isn't it cremated on site? Why is it getting a van and travel to an energy company?
It's a legitimate question, bruv. Like, what has the energy company got to do with aborted baby fetuses?
Right, and do the people that work there know that? Well, I guess now they do.
Now they do.
Right? But yeah. I'm saying prior to that, if you was working at an energy company, let's just go with the theory that the fetuses have been burned, right? Let's run with that.
Yep.
Bruh, if you was working at McDonald's or something and you didn't know the oil was made out of dog urine.
Right.
Wouldn't you want to know that? You were sniffing dog urine all
course,
day.
Of course you would.
You might want to know that.
Of course you'd want to know.
Right? So this is what I'm saying. To me, there's too much mystery in it. Why are you driving them all the way to an energy company? Then why, when they get there, are you burning them? Why not just take them to the majority of hospitals? They have a crematory section.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why not just take them in there?
Yep.
And just burn them in there? Why have they got to go on a trip somewhere?
Yeah, it's a legitimate question.
Yeah,
it's a legitimate question.
And there's let's even go on to the driver, whoever's transporting these
So
things.
someone's actually given this woman these boxes.
Right, and is he going, I'm giving you fetuses to burn?
Well, she said that he said, that, listen, there's dead babies in there if you want to take it. So now why is a truck driver giving her, because she works as part of an anti-abortion organization. So obviously she's trying to find evidence, right, of abortions and misgoings on.
So did he
and all
quit
this
his,
kind of stuff.
did he quit his job?
I don't know.
Must have.
I don't know.
Like, he can't just be snitching live. And then
I don't know, but they know. But remember, the company has denied it. They said, no, it wasn't one of ours. Well, now the question now becomes, how did she get the boxes in her house from your company? They're from your company's boxes. So somebody gave it to her, and she never just walked into your company and took those boxes.
Okay, put it this way. I don't want to get too deep into the Inspector Clouseau thing, yeah? But what I will say is this, innit? Yeah? I'm sure there is video footage of that energy company's vans
going in and out. They've got it.
And going in.
They've got it. They've actually got it.
Right. So it's your things. It's your things.
Yeah, it's theirs.
Yeah. Because
definitely come from them.
if this was a boy them situation, and I said the man them ain't dropping off drugs at my yard, yeah. But the guy they've just arrested for carrying drugs, he's got video footage of him coming to my yard, leaving my yard, leaving. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even. They don't even care if he was dropping off. Bro, anything I'm getting nicked with him. You see what I'm saying? So the energy company, and that's a business. That's not even just a friendship thing. That's a business. Your vans are turning up there and leaving. So the question is, if you're not picking up fetuses, what are you picking up? I don't even know why we're doing the police's job for them.
Like, I'm just saying, what are they picking up?
Yeah, but what are you picking up?
Listen, folks, if you've just joined, you've just come in, and you can see the StreamYard link in the live chat. Why haven't you clicked it yet? I'm sure this has got some people asking questions and wondering what's going on. If you guys want your say, click that StreamYard link, come into the studio. Addoink will settle you down, put you in the back room. You can still watch us. We just keep you comfortable while you're watching, So click it and also start sharing this right now. Start sharing it. Now, Marcus, listen. I've spoken about abortion for a few years, and one of the things that strike me is that when it comes to abortion, Black people in the Western world, specifically America, have a higher abortion rate than anybody else. But don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it, okay? Because the question now is going to become, why are Black people aborting their babies at such a high rate, right? So, Addoink, could you please kindly play, my brother, the first video to show the questions that Black people were asking about abortion? The second video, please.
What would you say is now the #1 cause of death in the African American community?
Heart disease.
Oh, HIV, AIDS.
Diabetes, cancer, AIDS.
I'll say heart disease. AIDS.
From what I heard, it's probably AIDS,
Probably heart disease.
I think heart disease.
HIV. Gang violence.
What if I told you the real answer was abortion?
Since 1973, legal abortion has killed more African Americans than AIDS, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and violent crime combined. Every week, more Blacks die in American abortion clinics than were killed in the entire Vietnam War. And the largest chain of abortion clinics in the United States is operated by Planned Parenthood.
We have now...
Marcus, since 1973, when abortion was legalized, it was legalized in 1973 in America, more Black people have died from abortion than AIDS, cancer, heart disease, violent crime, and HIV combined.
Yeah.
Combined. You combine all of those statistics. That's how many black babies are being aborted and killed in the womb before they get a chance at life. Why?
You have to do a tie-in.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. But yeah,
I mean, there's many tie-ins, but they was actually, when they were speaking, Black American brothers and sisters, they were actually doing the tie-in. What was they mainly saying? AIDS, HIV.
Right.
So that just shows, as a group of people in America, they even deem themselves as very sexually promiscuous.
Right.
Yeah. So the truthful answer was actually abortion, but the two things actually do tie in. Not the actual AIDS, but the sexual promiscuity.
Right. So the reason for such a high abortion rate within the Black American community is because of sexual promiscuity.
One of the reasons, one of the major reasons.
Right.
Yeah, because if you think about it, they all said, basically they said sex.
Yes, that's exactly what they said, basically.
So
after cancer and heart disease,
firstly they said sex.
But they were acknowledging the fact that there's sex.
Sex. A lot of them said AIDS. Yeah. And when you take that into consideration, there are a lot of them saying, sexually transmitted. Like, if I'm gonna leave this for later on in the show, but there's one thing I'll touch on now. If the majority of Black Americans felt like they were getting married more time, they wouldn't have said AIDS, and we wouldn't have this abortion problem.
So the solution to the abortion problem is marriage. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Let's see. Addoink, give me that first slide from Black Demographics, please. So this is blackdemographics.com, right? And it says, do African American women have the most abortions? It says white women have the most abortions of any race or ethnic group than black women. White women have the most abortions of any race and ethnic group, but black women are overrepresented, making up 27.6% of all abortions, while only compromising 14.9% of all women in the nation, giving them the highest abortion rate in the United States.
Addoink, don't take it down yet. I want everybody who is watching the stream to just screen save that.
Yeah. Let's read on.
But let's go on. Yeah.
African American women are also overrepresented in 4 of the major factors that lead to abortions: unintended pregnancies, relationships, lack of contraception use, and poverty. Do you think, as a black community, that, well, this is quite a huge American problem. It happens over here too.
Yeah.
Do you think they need education when it comes to contraception?
It's a funny question, because, well, it's a decent question, but it's like education on contraception.
Do they need to be more educated?
I'd say educated, but not just educated on contraception, educated on economics, educated on land ownership. When you have things that you value in your life and you've got something to lose,
right?
You don't take risks. Not crazy risks. Not things that are going to take away that wealth and that value from you.
Right.
What I find is, if you get the so-called hood or the ghetto, bro, you're going to find people that are just like, getting a girl and having sex is like, it's just a thing.
But the thing is, why is that a thing though? Because obviously we have a high abortion rate. Yeah. So remember, before you said marriage could be and it's not the reason.
And it's not.
But then
it's not
flipping
just
it,
marriage.
we've spoken about marriage before.
Yeah.
Marriages are failing. They're failing miserably.
Okay. I'll rewind on that.
Go on.
It's not so much marriage. It's what I always batter on about, which is code. Yeah.
Okay.
And to have a code, you've got to own properties within the area that you live in. Yeah. You've got to own shops. You've got to have temples. You've got to have the whole nine. Yeah. Because without these things, you're going to get a lot of sexual promiscuity.
Right.
You're going to get a lot of what we call, or what they call, ghetto behavior.
Right.
Yeah. And within that comes a lot of girls that are like sleeping with guys that they know they don't want no long-term relationship with.
So then, okay, Big Bro is not here.
Yeah.
Yeah? Big Bro, get well soon. Big Bro
Get well soon, my
gave
brother.
me one of the most important bars.
Yeah.
Yeah? When it comes to this abortion thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And he said to me, you are head of security for your own vagina. So, what tends to happen when it comes to abortion is that we hear the mantra, my body, my choice, which means the woman has control over this now. The men don't really have control over this whole thing.
Yeah.
The women have been given control in the society of this abortion thing. Men don't have a say. Women have said, why are you speaking on women's bodies? This is a woman's choice, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So if it's my body, my choice, and you are head of security of your womb and your vagina, does that mean that you're making the incorrect choices that lead you down the road to abortion?
Tell me that thing which, tell me that thing which Big Bro said again.
You are head of security for your own vagina.
For your own vagina. Do they know they got a job in doing that?
Well, this is the question.
Or did they say everyone's VIP until they decide to shut off the doors?
But what it is that...
Because I look at the way women do that vagina thing, like a bookie nightclub. You're all right.
You can come in.
You can come in. Too many blacks with you. You can't come in. You get what I'm saying? You're just too, like...
You're not dressed right.
You're not just right, fam. Keep it pushing. Like, and then... when you're going there saying, right, you have gotten all the right clothes, they might reject you because of whatever, I don't know, your hair's not cut, like whatever it might be.
But clearly, what the point I'm trying to make is clearly women are the gateway to sex. Unless a man grapes or molests, it's all on her. She's the one that's allowing people in. A man can only come in if a woman says you can come in.
Yeah, but she can also turn around. Have you not heard this argument from women, yeah? Well, you should have put some boots on.
Yes.
Right.
So now...
because now she's saying, I don't want to do my job.
So you got to do another job. Which might be... I'm not calling it a job, by the way.
It's not a job, but it's almost like you're applying for a job. Because once you try to engage with a woman sexually, you got to make sure you got your own insurance for yourself.
Right. Exactly.
As a man,
because you never know who she is.
You don't. Especially not if you're just having a good time.
However, I've always said, when it comes to being left with the doo-doo end of the stick, within that interaction, it's going to fall on a woman. More so it's going to fall on a man. Because a man, though I am not condoning it, by the way, a man can run off and go elsewhere.
I've got to challenge you on that.
Go on then.
Because you know what it is? When they say the woman's left with a doo-doo and stick, just check me when you think I've gone wrong. So she's left with the 9 months pregnancy, right?
Yeah.
She's left with the child the majority of the time, right?
Yeah.
She's got to deal with, if she's dealing with it, she's got to deal with the breastfeeding, right? She's got to deal with the changes in her body and all of that, right?
Yeah.
But she also has the power to say, especially in Western countries, you're not seeing your you.
Right.
And I'm going to choose whether I have another man around your child, and it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Because the government backed me. So when we say they got the short end of the stick, that depends on what kind of man you are.
Well, the argument I'm making is that when you talk about abortion specifically, and when I say you are head of security for your own vagina, I'm saying that because at the end of the day, you as a woman are the one that's going to be left with the doo-doo end of the stick. Because worst case scenario I'm talking about, right? Because a man can run, right? So if you don't vet who's coming in, and I tell every man, if you're going to have sex, protect yourself. Yeah. However, a lot of men don't. And women know a lot of men don't. And men know a lot of men don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so
if we know that a lot of people aren't protecting themselves,
yeah,
the bottom line is the end of that is you as a woman having the final say. You got the final say.
Yeah, and
so why are you letting in unprotected?
Is that new though? What you're saying, is that new? Women having the final say, is that new?
It's new in this Western society. Well, for the past 5 decades,
right? So we'd say roughly 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
Most men know that if you lay down with a woman, she's going to decide whether she aborts it. She's going to decide whether she.
No, abortion only became legal in 1973.
Okay, we'll give them since the 70s then.
Right.
I'll start from there. It's still more than enough time for men to know, boy, before I lay down with this woman, you know.
Yeah, I got to protect myself.
Yeah, you got to be your own insurance team, bro.
I agree. We got to be head of security for ourselves too.
Yeah, like she's head of security, but I say she's got the advantage on the field.
But hang on,
because she can walk away with you, and you can't say nothing. This is the Western world.
But hang on, it's
not Saudi Arabia.
But when things go sour at a job, you got the CEO, you got the workers, you got the managers, and you got the staff, and then you got the CEO.
Yeah,
it's not dropping on the staff's head. The manager will get some kind of reprimand. But if something goes wrong at that company, the CEO's getting the rep, and the CEO of the woman's thing is her.
But that's what I'm saying. You know what? You just gave me a great analogy, yeah. But I'm going to reverse your analogy. Yeah? Mm-hmm. The workplace in the Western world works better than most modern Western relationships today.
Wow! All right, go on.
There's more order. What you just explained is order. You wouldn't do this because your boss wouldn't allow that, and the chain of command.
Chain of command, yeah.
Right? There is no chain of command when having a good time with a woman and you not being responsible, she gets pregnant and you're going, well, I want it or I don't want it, yeah? It's already out your hands, fam. And you already knew that since when?
1973.
73, you already knew the rules, bro.
Yeah. So the reason for abortion, such a high abortion rate, is what now after having all of that conversation?
Men believing in women, knowing that women are emotional. So they can chat to you, they can lay down with you, they can say it's all good, rare, tear. Soon as they find out that they've got that little thing in the belly, yeah, they start working on emotion. You start thinking logical. We ain't got the bills for this. I ain't known you that long. Yeah, you start thinking logical. But you weren't thinking logical when you was putting the tip in.
That just goes out the window.
It goes out the window, fam.
Totally out the window.
Right, but I'm saying you need to be your own insurance company.
Yeah.
You better, when you link a girl, you better look her up and down and be like, look at the yard, see where she's living. See how she talks. That's what I was saying on the last show. You better get comfortable with doing the dating thing and go back to the 90s where we was kissing for the first 7-8 dates. Yeah? You better go back to a little, excuse my French, mum. Excuse my French, mum. You better go back to fingering, a little touchy. A bit of dry humping. Yeah. Because otherwise you ain't working for your insurance company, bro.
That's very interesting. Right. Go on, Addoink.
Marcus, I totally agree. I actually agree. The thing is, I just think people don't have that rationale when they see a fine woman. All of that stuff, it just doesn't matter. Like, when I sleep with her, have a good time, and bounce. So then think about it afterwards.
So then in that instance, then, Addoink, yeah, isn't it the man's emotions being overtaken the situation?
Yeah, because all he's thinking about is lust. But she's got a nice ass, nice.
But
I want to get in the bed with her. That's what he's thinking at that moment. Do you get me?
Look, bro, I'm going to tell you something, Addoink, yeah? What is it? What are we at now? It used to be 7-1, right? Women on the planet to men.
Right.
I heard of late, it's got closer to 21-1.
Can't be that high, can it?
Brother, check the statistics. Yeah? But I'm telling you, it's closer to 21-1 now.
What's your point? Because we're on abortion right now.
My whole point is that when you go out there, and you might have your missus, right? And then you might go out there and see, I'm saying the rates of the amount of pretty girls you will see.
Right.
And then as soon as you see them, yeah, as naturally as men, we're like hunters, bro. We're like hunter-gatherers, innit? Yeah? We're immediately seeing, I hate to say it like this, but like prey. Yeah? And you're like, oh, I reckon I can conquer that one. Yeah? And then what happens is you get excited, fam. Yeah? And a woman's excitement comes when she's in control. Your excitement comes when you see another girl and you might get a little lightheaded and think, oh, she looks nice. Yeah? But you need to be, as I keep on saying, you need to be your own insurance company, bro, and keep your shit in check. Be your own lawyer, because otherwise you can think of that one good night, or you can think of what we have in clan, yeah, which you lot call me the third eye for, is because I work in 10 to 15.
10 to 15, yeah.
Yeah? I go, every decision I'm going to make, how am I going to feel about it in 10 to 15 years?
That's logical thinking, though.
Right?
Advanced thinking, actually.
And don't get it twisted like I'm saying it just happened overnight. There's plenty of times where I ain't done 10 to 15. Yeah?
It takes time.
But once it's sunk in, yeah, there's times that I've walked away from a situation and thought, bro, I might even look a bit gay in that situation. To a girl. Because I've walked away from a situation, she was like, on a plate.
Yeah.
Right? And
We've all done that as well.
I might have felt like, boy, what's she going to think of, man?
That don't even matter at that point in time.
Huh?
That don't even matter what she thinks at that point in time. What matters is you being the head of security for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the time, that's what I'm telling you, the real feeling that I felt when I was walking out the yard. Yeah? But in all truth, once I slept on it and I got up, moved on, I felt so much better, bro, because I was thinking to myself, what would have happened if anything had gone pear and I really ain't serious about that girl at all? Like, this is where I'm getting back onto the abortion thing. Because I think there's a lot of things that people don't talk about when it comes to abortion. Like, what about the ones where men are kind of pressuring the girl into abortion?
Yeah.
And she can just hate you afterwards.
Right.
Now you have to deal with that emotion coming from the girl, right?
Right.
What about I think you've already mentioned that, like the girls that walk away and go and have the abortion and don't even tell you nothing about it. Right? Ain't that just there's so many sides to this conversation where I was just say to you, like, just be head of security for yourself. Like, don't even worry about whether girls have got to carry it for 9, whether they get the doo-doo end of the stick. That's not even your business. You're meant to move for your team. Yeah, because if she's on your team, you don't even need to worry about abortions and rare like that. But if you can't say that for 110%, then you just better look out for yourself. Don't even. I say one night of passion ain't worth it, bro.
Addoink. Let me see that second slide of that black demographics, because we're gonna keep going into this.
Yep.
It says unintended pregnancies. Yeah. The number of abortions performed is directly related to the number of unintended pregnancies.
Okay. Simply
put, women who have unintended pregnancies are more likely to have abortions.
Yeah.
According to the Guttmark Institute report, the proportion of women experiencing an unintended pregnancy in 2014 and choosing to end it in abortion was higher among black women, 50%, than among women in other racial and ethnic groups, which range from 36 to 40%. So, Addoink, thank you for that. So these unintended pregnancies, going back to what you said, is now because, one, the man isn't being the security guard for himself.
Right.
So because I always say, the lock opens the key, bro. The lock opens the door, and I will keep repeating. If you don't close that door, then you ain't doing the right job.
Indeed.
But men can do this thing. Men can have sex protected. Human beings can have sex protected.
Yeah.
The choice to go in unprotected is, the man can say, yeah, I don't really like that.
Don't really like
putting on the protection. Or, right, he can say that. Men do say that. And I'm not condoning it, by the way.
Yeah.
But if a woman says, boom. If a woman says, yeah, bang, that's okay. That's CEO time. That's the time that your time's coming.
Yeah.
You're the CEO now.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because you could have told him, no, put something on.
Yeah.
But no, you wanted to feel good too. So that means, CEO fam. Now I got to treat you like the CEO.
But she don't work for your company though.
She works for her own company.
Yeah.
And she's not being head of security for her own company.
No, she is. She's trying to get one over, innit?
Oh, so she wants the thing. But the thing is, the statistics don't say that because the abortion rate being so high, if they were wanted, they wouldn't be getting rid of them. She didn't want that.
I'm saying, at the time, she did. At the time.
I don't buy that,
Not
Marcus.
the child. Yeah? It's a power decision.
She wanted what? The sexual intercourse.
She said, you don't want to wear it?
It's fine.
Don't wear it. Yeah? If it happens, I'll make the decision. It's a power thing. It's a power thing. It's got nothing to do whether she wants a ute or she doesn't want a ute. She'll make that decision when she's ready. You get it? Like what you was talking about earlier, it's a power thing. Like, what's she gonna? When you go to her, right? Say you go to her, you go, oh, but when I said I didn't like wearing them, you allowed it, innit? She went, yeah, I did. And I'll tell you whether I'm gonna have it or whether I'm not gonna not have it. Power, bro. She only works for her company. You can't say that if it's not your ride or die, bro. You cannot be taking risks on somebody who's running their company. You run your company.
And then when they run it like that, the end of it is abortion, which is a murder. This is a murder of a child, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, that could be her company policy, though.
Oh my gosh.
That could be her company
policy is murder, yeah?
Yeah.
So why is it so easy for somebody? Then why is it so easy for someone to have murder as their company policy?
Because they don't call it murder; they call it abortion in their company. You call it murder in your company,
but it's the death of a life.
Yeah, and they put it down to collateral damage in their company. Yeah, they go. It's murder, but it's not murder, mate. It's kind of like an abortion.
So then there's more education need to be done within black people in America to show that this is actually something that you shouldn't really be doing. We should go back to the education thing.
Yeah, but in my opinion, it's a last ditch scenario for the worst case scenario. So-called abortion, right? For the grape.
So hear this now.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause you there. Don't go to slide 3, please, on the black demographic, right? In summary, yeah? So listen to the summary now. So in the summary, African Americans are overrepresented when it comes to the number of abortions performed. African Americans are also overrepresented in 4 of the major factors that lead to abortions: unintended pregnancies, relationships, lack of contraception, and low income. So you're here saying that when she did that, it's a power move, yeah?
Yeah.
But there's lack of contraception in that exchange. So doesn't more education on contraception need to be done? Or do you think black women are out here just doing this thing because of the power moves?
I think social studies needs to be just as important as the 3 R's: English, maths, science. Social studies, to a certain extent, should be taught even before any of those. Because it's no good you learning how to spell, be able to do science. Go for it. Let's get a comment.
No. You carry on. I just want to let you know, after you speak, we've got comments.
It don't matter, bro. Like, you being able to do maths, science, or write great papers. Yeah. If you're morally illiterate, yeah, you're just gonna go out in society and do these kind of power moves. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I know we're going deep down the rabbit hole, but a lot of these women, I would love to know the percentages of these women that didn't grow up with fathers, didn't grow up with male role models, etc. Yeah, because and not just having those things, but just having a strong family unit on a whole. It's not just, oh, you didn't have a dad, so therefore you're effed. Because I know people with dads that are effed. Yeah,
right.
But I'm talking about a strong moral family unit. I know it seems trivial and it seems like I'm going off of what we're talking about when it comes to the abortion thing, but black people don't really do family barbecues no more. Black people don't do, and not just black people, people in general do not do family gatherings anymore for there to be these moral conversations that would be had to make a girl think it wouldn't be right for me to just run off on a man and go and have an abortion. Because with my brothers like that, with my uncles like that, they wouldn't approve of doing that to them. So where they're not around that, and you're just, what you find now with the modern women are around each other going yap, 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 to each other. So they can justify each other's effery because they're not around men that they respect more time.
So hang on a minute. I'm going to cut you there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get to something after. Addoink, you said we got some comments. Let's read some comments. Have we got any super chat comments, as a matter of fact? If we got some super chat, we want to big up the...
Okay, can we just give a shout out to a couple of people that have donated first?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do.
So we've got Charlie Ward, he's donated £5.
What did he say?
He said, hello, Sarah, I hope you're doing well, bro. Always speak facts.
Thank you very much.
Salute to Charlie.
You got Ultra, Funky Ultra, bless up to the host, my bro, and of course, Addoink. Big up, bro.
Listen, Ultra is a lot. Listen, Ultra's always here every week.
Yeah.
Mr. Funky, Mr. Funky. Pick up every time.
Is there any more?
Yeah, we got DM. Just DM.
Listen, thank you to all the people that donated. If you haven't already liked, shared, and subscribed to this channel, click that notification bell. Okay, click it now. Like up the thing right now. Share the thing right now. We haven't even finished. We're only like halfway through. Yeah, we're only like halfway through. We haven't finished talking about this topic of abortion. And I know people are out there probably thinking, I don't agree with that. If you don't agree, right there in the live chat is the StreamYard link. Click the link to come in, talk to Marcus, ask Marcus a question. Even if you need to ask Addoink a question, ask me a question, or even just state your opinion. Because it is not just a black opinion, it is your opinion, the people's opinions too. Okay.
So you got one more comment on the screen there.
Oh, what we got here now? From Roxanne K. Education and value system around life and its sanctity, a network that people can tap into if they feel vulnerable. That would help reduce the abortion rate in our community, I think.
What do you guys think about that?
So basically, we need we need an education and value system.
Yeah.
Big up.
Around life and its sanctity.
She's talking that code.
Bro, that's code talk.
That's code talk. That's code.
Okay, so
every time.
An education in the value system around life and the sanctity of it. Yeah. I personally believe, Marcus, one of the major reasons why abortion is so high is because people don't value life in general.
Facts.
They don't value life in general. And so to get rid of a life, we literally look at life being erased on a TV like it's a TV show, but it's the news around the world, right? We see lives being erased.
Talking about desensitizing.
We are desensitized to being, let's say, emotional human beings towards another human being.
Yeah.
We tend not to understand ourselves because we don't understand that person is you and you are them. Anything can happen. So I think we've been desensitized to actually having the sanctity of life in general. That's why I think this thing can be so high.
Again, do we know where we all live? Like, I think sometimes we overlook that massively. Like, I'm not even changing the topic. I'm just reminding people where we live, why we're desensitized. While everyone was struggling through the lockdown, be it losing their jobs, be it having mental health issues, be it not being able to see their loved ones in hospital, right? The leaders of this country were partying.
Right.
If you don't think that leads to other people saying, if they don't give a F, I don't give a F.
Yeah, but we're not talking about them.
No, bro, but I'm saying your leaders, look, the most important...
When have leaders ever cared about you, bro?
No, but this is what I'm saying, why people need to stop looking to leadership and they need to look into their own households for the strongest people within their households with the strongest moral values, Because when we look at our leaders in this country, this is why we'll all be desensitized. Because when you're seeing the rich and the wealthy, and you want to be... most people want to be rich and wealthy.
Right.
Right? So when you see these people not giving an F, yeah, you're going to be like, it's going to desensitize you to the point where, you know, like if you get pregnant for a man, you're going to be like, well, you know what I mean? A rich person would they won't give two shits. And that's what you're going to do, bro. Like it's a trickle down effect.
I think people speak. We can go back to 2022.
Yeah.
People speak about Black Lives Mattering. Black people speak about Black Lives Mattering.
Mm-hmm.
George Floyd got killed. Black people in America went absolutely crazy. Millions of children, black children, get killed.
Yeah.
African Americans are silent. Do Black lives actually matter to black people? That's the question I have to ask.
On a majority scale? Around the world?
Well, let's just say a big enough minority or majority rallied around the George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
If another black person, they rallied around Tamir Rice, they rallied around Oscar Grant, they rallied around Freddie Gray, Mike, what's the other boy that got killed by the police? Just name them. When those lives are taken, black people in America tend to think, oh yeah, that's wrong. But the next day or the next hour, black people will happily go to a Planned Parenthood or abortion clinic and crush the skull of their own baby and then walk out of there.
Yeah, because Black Lives Matter is shock value, bro. In my opinion, that's shock value. That's like, oh my God, how could they kill a black man like that? But it hasn't given you no moral system now, has it?
No.
It's just for that period of time.
Right.
You're in shock of what you saw in the video.
Right.
But as I said to you, if your leaders more time, your leaders, the people that own the country, the people that you work for at your workplace, the people that are CEOs, if they move through life not giving an F, you're going to make decisions based in the same manner. Bro, like I know it's not a real place, but if there was a Wakanda, you wouldn't move like this. If I give you a real place and I say Saudi Arabia, you would look at the repercussions of aborting a man's youth. You cannot go and just abort a man's youth without his consent in Saudi Arabia or in certain parts of China. But in the Western world, which I personally call like a Babylon system, it's not everything I hate about the Western world, but it's a Babylonian system, bro. So when you see women going, Black Lives Matter, I ain't having this baby.
I'm gonna kill this baby tomorrow.
But Black Lives Matter, you can do that in a Babylonian system. In a Western country, or in most Western countries, you can do that. But you can't. I'm not even saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm talking about if you go to certain parts of Brazil and you just killed a man's baby without his consent, you better move from that area you're in. Because his mum, his dad, his family are going to get you. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's an environmental thing. If the government say, well, she was well within her rights, it was her choice.
All right, so you say it's a Babylonian system. Yeah. And what we're going to do, or what I want to do, is I want to start connecting the dots with the high abortion rate within the black community and why it's like that. So in America specifically, the biggest chain of abortion clinics is called Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood was founded by a racist eugenicist by the name of Margaret Sanger. Now, if you don't believe me, let's go to the USA Today and Addoink. Let's read the first slide, please. Okay, so remove statues of Margaret Sanger. Planned Parenthood founder tied to eugenics and racism. How a woman who advocated for the selective breeding of her fellow citizens came to be memorialized, with those who built a country is hard to understand. Would you say it's hard to understand? Addoink, thanks for that. Would you say it's hard to understand that the founder of Planned Parenthood was a racist and a eugenicist?
No. What statue did they just take down in Black Lives Matter in, where is it, Bristol?
Yeah.
Was it Bristol?
Yeah, it was, I think it was Bristol.
Bristol. What racist statue did they take down of a guy?
Edward Colson.
Right.
Addoink, slide 2. No, let's read on with Margaret Sanger.
Yeah.
Addoink, slide 2. For those identifying historical figures with racist roots who should be removed from public view because they're evil histories, Planned Parenthood's founder, Margaret Sanger, must join that list. In promoting birth control, she advanced a controversial Negro project, wrote in her new autobiography about speaking to a Ku Klux Klan group, and advocated for a eugenics approach to breeding for the gradual suppression, elimination, and eventual extinction of defective stocks, those human weeds which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization. Thank you very much, Addoink.
That's disturbing.
So the founder, the absolute founder of Planned Parenthood, the chain of abortion clinics, Margaret Sanger, said this.
It's great information, but I don't want people to get lost in the obvious. America itself was born off of the genocide of a whole bunch of Hopi people. Other people might know the Hopi people as Native Americans, but that's what his birth, that's what his inception was. So the only surprise to me, which is not much of a surprise, is that you wouldn't normally put a woman down as doing such heinous acts. But Margaret Sanger is one of the masters of the destruction of the black community in America.
However, hold that thought, yeah, because I'm going to go into that. Addoink, slide 3. Let's see Margaret Sanger. Right, Sanger's Planned Parenthood mission. This is from the USA Today, you know.
Yeah.
Obscure paper, some obscure German.
Yeah.
In a 1939 letter to D.C.J. Campbell, Sanger urged him to get over his reluctance to hire a full-time Negro physician, as the colored Negroes can get closer to their own members and more or less lay their cards on the table, which means their ignorance, superstitions, and doubt. Like the abortion lobby, today Sanger urged Dr. Gamble to enlist the help of spiritual leaders. See, now they got your pastors involved, right? To enlist the help of spiritual leaders to justify their deadly work, writing, "We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of the more rebellious members." Members like myself, who would be a rebellious member, okay, Margaret Sanger, who doesn't want you to kill black babies. However, this was her plan, and there are many now black people going along unwillingly with Margaret Sanger's plan. Addoink, last slide. Let's just see the last slide from USA Today. Planned Parenthood was founded by a racist white woman. That is a part of the history that cannot be changed. They observed, writing, that the pattern of systemic racism, pay inequity, and lack of upward mobility for black staff continues. Bro, thank you, Addoink. Let's just recap this. Margaret Sanger, in the 1970s, before then, proposed to other white people in America that the best way to get rid of the black population was to start in the womb. That's the best way, because if they don't,
she's a woman, she would know.
If they don't breed, then there'll be no black population. That was her plan. Hang on, Addoink. That was her plan. Fast forward a couple of decades, and black women, black peoples are aborting themselves in America specifically at sometimes 4 times a higher rate than the rest of the population. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I just like to connect dots and then make people come to their own conclusions. So how is it now that the founder wanted black people to kill themselves in the womb? Decades later, black people are the highest people in America killing themselves in the womb. That was her plan, right? She's dead and gone, but her plan is well in full effect.
Yeah, well, plan would be in full effect because basically it's been taught in the majority of universities around America for over 150 years.
It's meaning, go on.
It's been taught in the universities, her theories, her philosophies.
Of eugenics.
Of eugenics. The eugenics is not taught. And from the beginning, when she, not just her by herself, but she was part of a group. And this is why I say you need to, if you want to go down the rabbit hole, first and foremost, I'll make a comment about Margaret Sanger. It's very ironic that she had this really dark curly hair. Just going to drop that in there. She had almost jet black hair that was really curly. So there could be some issues going on there.
You think she got self-hate issues?
I'm just saying.
Maybe she had black in her DNA somewhere.
I'm just saying, yeah, it's like there's not very many people around Europe that have jet black or almost jet black curly hair. Because if we start going to places in Spain, like Barcelona, where they have that,
because the Moors invaded Spain, and there was a lot of black Moors.
So we know why Cesc Fabregas and Arteta's eyebrows are thick and black, jet black.
Yeah, because but that's the history of Spain, of black people in Spain.
And I'm just saying,
and Sicily as well.
And Margaret Sanger might have some Sicily issues. Yeah, and to go on from that, yeah, she wasn't the only one who sat in this. It wasn't her by herself that made up the eugenics movement. She was a part of a movement, and I'm not gonna just put this out there and say, this is just my opinion. I want other people to go and look this up, yeah? But there's a lot of, I guess what we call today, typo witchcraft.
Type of witchcraft?
Typo
witchcraft.
Yeah, like as in, I can't tell you what form of witchcraft it is. That's hence why we call it witchcraft starting with an O, zero. I can't tell you what form of witchcraft it is.
Right.
Yeah, but I can tell you this, that she was very versed in understanding that the spiritual side of black people will get them into abortion makes sense, even though you're working through...
Meaning working with the ministers.
Working with the ministers, as she did, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But imagine this.
The pastors, the ministers, right? The whole church.
Where would you think abortion is definitely not acceptable?
In church.
Where did she work through? Church. There's a touch of the occult going on in the way Margaret Sanger works. She understands the spiritual perspective of black people. And she went into that and she reversed what you went from, hell no, they don't do abortion in the Christian church, to you might need to have an abortion.
Right, yeah.
Because it might be the best thing for the Lord. Do you understand the strong length? It's not just psychology that she's doing. She's actually messing with your spiritual nature. Now, even though I might not be a Christian, nor no Muslim, nor no nothing like that, but if I ever saw somebody come in and convince Muslims that on Ramadan you need to eat.
Yeah. When you know that's just dead against what they're doing.
Then the whole point is fasting, right?
Yeah.
And then this woman comes in who's not even Arabic, Asian, none of that. She's from a different part of the world, and she comes in and she goes, let me tell you Ramadan, man, something. It's about yamming pork on Ramadan to Muslims.
And they believe it.
And they believed it, and they went along with it.
So would you say that the black people in America are quite gullible to go for that?
No, I'm saying usually it just came off the backs of, it's longer than that slavery-wise. It's 2,000 years in slavery terms, but usually it just came off of hard 400 years chattel slavery. If somebody comes up to you and puts a check in your hand and says, promote this to your people, you're going to put down that cross. And you're going to look for some wealth.
Right.
And that's what she did, because she knew your spirituality was weak. And hers was actually strong. She actually dominated you spiritually. She said, you do not believe in your God.
That's interesting.
As much as this money that I'm about to offer you to tell your people to do what they would deem as satanic. Because you called it murder earlier, right?
Yeah, it's my opinion. I think it's murder. That's my opinion.
Right, no problem. And if we go with that, definitely on a Christian level, it is murder. In my opinion, it's circumstantial.
Right, circumstantial murder. Circumstantial murder, folks. Yeah, you gotta think about that one, my brother. If it is yeah, then it's yeah. If it's no, then it's no.
What's murder? Murder's premeditated, right?
Yeah.
Killing can
be in self-defense. Like, it's not premeditated. But murder, that means you thought about it. And that's why I call it murder, because you had to have thought about it to do it.
All right.
So what are you saying now, brother? This is why
I'm saying it's still
because his mind's ticking. We like the mind ticking.
I'm still saying it's circumstantial. But I totally agree with you, it is murder. But it's still circumstantial.
Circumstantial murder?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a comment that I saw, right, by C.A. Levy. Please bring that up.
I'll bring it up.
Because I want to discuss that point quickly.
I wanted to raise this, but I think this is interesting because I've actually never heard this.
Yeah, and this is something that I wanted to see. C.A. Levy said, Sanger was perverse and psychopathic. But remember, Planned Parenthood was also once run by a black woman, Faye Wattleton. I didn't know that. Now, we'll have to research that.
Yeah, I've never heard that. That's the first. I'm not going to lie.
However... Sorry, go on.
No, I'm saying I love the information that it was run by a black woman also called Faye Waddington. And if that is the case when we do our homework on that...
I'm going to look at that right now.
I'm just saying, what difference does it make? Because I'm not saying Margaret Sanger did it because she was white. I'm saying she did it to hold down a particular group
of people.
Yeah, in our group of people, Addoink, you know, we've got people that do self-hate.
Listen.
Yeah, that's true.
C.A. Levy was not wrong. It says Faye Waddington, born Alice Faye Waddington, is an American productive rights activist who was the first African American and the youngest president ever elected of Planned Parenthood Federation America.
That's after Margaret Sanger, man.
Yeah, after Sanger.
Yeah, but of course, bro. Of course, if you're saying after Sanger,
the first woman since Margaret Sanger to hold the position.
Yeah, but of course, duh.
So how do you? This is my question now.
I bet she went to church as well. I bet she went to church. I bet she said, "My Lord, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior." I bet she did that too in America, right? Where Margaret Sanger went and told them to abort their children.
Yeah.
This rabbit hole goes too deep.
Sorry, gents. C.A. Levy actually called in. So if she wants to call in again, we can have a conversation, she can. So C.A. Levy, please call back and we'll put you on. Just show your camera.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, click the StreamYard link in the live chat. Please, people, it's getting a little bit hot here. The rabbit hole's going a little bit deeper than I actually thought. So hang on a minute.
But Marcus, but who gave that information? Who gave that information?
C.A. Levy gave that information.
C.A. Levy.
Yeah, big up C.A. Levy. So hang on a minute now.
Yeah, and that's what I like on the Black Opinion.
That's right.
When people come, don't come with just your little emotional opinion. Yeah? Come with bars. Come with some facts and hit us with it so we can then research it, look for it for ourselves, and then we can give statement upon that. Because I'll tell you something, that was something I just learned. But it does, as you say, take us down the rabbit hole now. Because I didn't know that after Margaret Sanger, we had confused people in the church, but we actually had black women like, I'll lead the way.
Now, remember, Margaret Sanger said, go to the church.
Yeah.
Convince these people.
Yeah.
So now...
I guarantee you...
Now, this is how crazy it is. Margaret Sanger was a known racist and eugenicist who tried to convince black people to kill their babies before they're even born.
Yeah.
Who better to tell black people to kill other black people than who?
Black people. But that was her goal, no? By going to the church.
So when you see this woman now, this black woman who was head of Planned Parenthood,
and I was just
I'm just like, so hang on a minute. So they got another black person to convince you to kill black people.
Yeah, no, because I was going, I hope Faye didn't come first before Margaret Sanger. I hope Faye didn't teach Margaret. I was just sitting there going, I hope it weren't Faye who taught Margaret. Yeah, but the fact that she came after, I still love the information. I'm still grateful for the information because I like to know that. Yeah, but just look at her pictures, bro.
That's her.
She went from wearing a sister wearing an afro to a sister wearing the straight Swedish.
Straight,
yeah. Drop me out. Drop me out, bro.
Marcus, you know something? Someone's raised a point.
Yeah.
This guy just put a comment, bust a move. He said Sanger wasn't white. Sanger, if you've got any information about that, please call in.
What is he going to say? Sanger was Jewish?
Because it speaks to what you were saying. Because remember what you said, she didn't.
Yeah.
About her hair and all.
Yeah.
She might be.
Yeah. So what is he going to say? Sanger's Jewish?
I don't know, but you might have a point there.
No. Yeah, and even if he does have a point, what I'm trying to say to him, thank you again for the comment. But I want to reverse bust the move. Yeah, is that she passed. There's such thing in America called the pass. Yeah, put a bag to your head, paper bag. If you're darker than the bag,
did that in South Africa too.
Yeah.
Right, and Margaret Sanger passed. Now I can spot her little juba jang, yeah, in her hair and that little kinky curl, yeah. But I'm saying most people in America aren't fully white, but they pass as white. Like
I want to say that most of them aren't fully white.
What? Brother, all the movies we grew up watching from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about the movies we watched? And you went, everyone was white, right?
Like what?
Teen Wolf. RoboCop.
Teen Wolf was, what's his name? Marty McFly. Who was his name? Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox,
Yeah.
right? But do you know the amount of Jewish actors in all of these movies?
Yeah, probably a lot.
Loads, bro. The directors, and I've got nothing against Jewish people, bro. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, when we grew up, we just
But they're white too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying they're white people too. But white people will turn around to you and say, Jewish people ain't white.
Anyway, this ain't even a Jewish white
I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying from the comment, he will go that Margaret sang, oh, she wasn't white, she was Jewish, or she was.
Oh, is that what you're saying he's gonna say?
That's what because he's not gonna say she was straight out black, is she?
Oh, okay.
He's not gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying is, in his mind, he might go, Jewish people are not white, or this group is not white. Look, you're Europeans. To me, you're all white. Because if you can do the bag test and you can pass as white, you're white. The majority of people wouldn't walk down the street and go, Margaret Sanger is not white.
Well, like I said, Margaret Sanger, she was white enough to be a racist and a eugenicist, right?
That's all I'm saying. She was
white enough to do that.
She was white enough.
And so in her, I guess, her successor was a black woman.
Yeah, there always is. The successor is always, respectfully, love my people. I love all other groups of people that love their own people, right? But there are coons in groups, bro. Every group has coons in it.
See, I don't even like using that word. I don't use that word.
Why?
I don't use that word.
What word?
Because everyone's got a different definition of what that is. Essentially, like black people think, oh, if you don't do that, because I've been called that. If you don't do that, then you're a coon.
Yeah, they're using.
If you don't do that, then you're a coon.
Yeah, again,
and everyone's got a different version. So, bro, I don't even use that word.
Yeah. But
it's long.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, without going off the topic too much, yeah, what I'm saying is, nobody can't tell you that a coon is somebody. A coon is somebody who deals with self-hate, bro. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what
I don't know what other people make their definition.
What I'm trying to say is every other people think that other person, black person, hates themselves and calls them that same word. That's my point. I've had conversations about Tariq Nasheed, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the Coon Train Awards.
Yeah.
He's got a whole award show that he gives out people who he thinks, so he deems as what is a coon, bro.
So what is?
Sorry, Marcus.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
If you saw the people that he was giving the awards to,
just say self-hate,
like Jesse Lee Peterson. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I know Jesse Lee Peterson.
What would you call him?
What do you mean? What do I call him?
You would say a self-hater. You would say a self-hater.
Yeah, he seems to have definite issues with himself as a black. He seems to have issues with black people.
So what is the difference between saying coon and somebody saying self-hater?
Because people have said, I've had the same thing.
But that's just your opinion.
That's their opinion on me. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
who am I to now give my opinion on Jesse Lee Peterson when people are giving their opinion on me and I'm like, well, I'm not that. He's probably saying, well, I'm not that.
No, you look, bro, coon is not something you can call somebody without a valid argument. You have to have a valid...
We're living in 2022. People don't have valid arguments no more, but they go for feelings.
Yeah, then anybody can call... Look.
They go for feelings.
Anybody can call anybody...
You lot go for feelings.
Anybody can call anybody a dickhead. It don't mean you're a dickhead.
Right.
Yeah?
So there must be criteria.
That...
So you have to fit the criteria,
of that.
Of what that is.
Yeah, right. Now, when I'm saying somebody is a self-hater, I abbreviate it down into the word coon. Yeah, I don't know how these people use it. Yeah, because they're loose with the juice. They're just like, oh, you're not like me, you're a coon. Oh, you're not like me, you're a coon. I'm saying
that's a general thing, though.
But coon is built in self-hate. Yeah? Right. You have to turn around and say, you have to be making every excuse not to be with your people. Every excuse why you don't want to live in a black area. Every excuse why black people...
No. You can't say not to live in a black area because a lot of black areas are not even good for black people. You're more likely to live in certain black areas, and you know the way, and then die at the hands of another black person.
And you know the way I talk is not necessarily when I mean, oh, black area, Brixton. No, I mean amongst your own,
an affluent black area.
An affluent black area. And like, let's not always go to the lowest common denominator.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because I don't go black people and I go to ghetto. Like I'm saying, there is a black community that one of my dad's very good friends. Yeah, I shade to my dad. But one of my dad's very good friends used to live in Northampton. There was this little gate, like an enclose, like a little
gated community.
And it was mainly black people. There was other white people living there too, but the black people came out and white kids played with black kids, but it was mainly black people. Yeah, and it was in Northampton. Mm-hmm. Now that's what I call a black area. Now, if a black person moves to that area and it's nice like what I saw, and they go, oh no, too mmany blacks here, because they want to be. Remember that comedy thing back in the day where he goes, I want to be the only gay in the village. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, that's a version of cooning. It's to deal with self-loathing, self-hatred. Now, if you can't put that on, like nobody can't put that on you. We've gone off now, but I'm just addressing this.
I'm about to go back on. Yeah,
we're going back on, but I'm about to put this on you. Don't let nobody start taking away words from you because they define words in a different way. Because I'ma say Naga, N-A-G-A.
No, we're going somewhere else.
No, I know.
We're going somewhere else.
I know, but
no, we're going somewhere else.
No, but what I'm saying is don't let another person define words for you, because at the end of the day, what you're gonna have is somebody always, like, you're always gonna run away from the next thing that you're gonna portray to somebody.
All right, let's stick on Margaret Sanger.
Let's go back to Sanger. But I don't. But again, Margaret Sanger with her
Planned Parenthood. So don't get that full slide up for me, please, and let's see this now. No, the one after that, please. Sorry.
5.
Number 5, please. There we go. It's Planned Parenthood website, bro. PPFA Margaret Sanger Award winners. Yeah. There's winners of an award. Our highest honor, the Planned Parenthood Federation of America, the Margaret Sanger Award, is presented annually to recognize leadership, excellence, and outstanding contributions to the reproductive health and rights movement.
I'm gonna be so cheeky now. This
is the Margaret Sanger Award.
What's it?
Genesis and racism.
What's her award called?
The PFF Margaret Sanger Award winners. Hang on. The Parenthood Federation of America Margaret Sanger Award. It's a Margaret Sanger Award.
So right, I don't want to be called a parent no more because she got this award and it's Margaret Sanger who runs it.
You don't want to be a what?
Called a parent no more.
Why? Because
she's got an award that's called Planned Parenthood, right?
Parenthood Federation of America Margaret Sanger
Award.
Right.
So now she's got this thing that she's the head of in America.
Yeah.
Do you see how I'm going back to what I was saying before with the defining of words? She runs this thing called Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Right? The US government have allowed her to run that and use those titles. Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. Planned.
Right? Planned Parenthood.
Planned.
Right? So,
because if you planned it, you wouldn't actually be there.
Touche.
If you planned your parenthood, you wouldn't be at Planned Parenthood.
But that's what I mean. It
should be called Unplanned Parenthood.
It shouldn't be called anything to do with parenting if it comes down to do with the main focus of it comes down to deal with abortion.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to say to you about words and defining words. She's allowed to call it Planned Parenthood. Should I now be offended by that and be like, oh, I don't want to be called a parent now? Because that's not what I defined as parenting. She's defined it as parenting for some groups should lead to abortion.
Hence the Planned Parenthood Awards.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do? I want to look at the recipients of these awards. You might see some names on there that you see.
Plenty.
That you actually know.
Plenty.
Thank you very much, Addoink. So in 2014,
yep,
Democratic Party member Nancy Pelosi of the Democratic Party in 1914.
Yeah.
Coincidence? All right. So in 2009, can you read 2009, bro? Who's that? U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton, Democratic Party.
What do you say? Oh, yeah. 2009. Yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
And Nancy Pelosi, two Democratic Party candidates, have received the Planned Parenthood Award from Margaret Sanger. Now, brother, he's still looking at it like, what the hell?
I'm looking at it because the rest of the people have like DR, MD, PhD. So these are all educated people.
Oh yeah, Addoink, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Let's try and make a link here. I'm trying to make a link. I don't want to do conspiracy theories. I just want to try and piece some dots together, see what you guys think.
Yeah.
So you have two major Democratic Party candidates, right? That received this award from Margaret Sanger, who is a eugenicist and a racist, as reported by multiple news outlets.
They all accepted their award as well, right?
They all accepted their award. They got their award. The original party of the KKK was what party?
Democratic Party.
The Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Is that just a coincidence that the original party of the KKK, the Democratic Party, Margaret Sanger is now linked to giving the award for killing babies, black babies at a high rate, to both Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton? Now, I don't want no drama. I'm just saying, can we try and connect the dots to black people in America have for decades voted Democrat. For decades voted Democrat. Not realizing that the Democratic Party were linked to things like this. And they said, even when Donald Trump came into power, Donald Trump's a racist.
They said Donald Trump's
now,
a racist.
I don't have a horse in the race of Democrat or Republican. So don't people thinking, oh, Sa Ra's now a Democrat, is now Republican and is conservative. No, I'm just piecing together information and letting you guys know. So, why is it that, in your opinion, Marcus, can the Democratic Party be so heavily entrenched within the black community, yet all this time in the black community, abortion rates have been rising, and black people have been killing themselves? Do you think that's a coincidence?
It depends if you look at the Democratic and the Republican Party as a different animal. It's left wing, right wing, same bird. Yeah.
Okay.
The Democratic Party is not a party that black people should have ever been voting for, because the second you vote for a party as a black person coming from slavery in America, it should immediately come with some form of reparations.
You believe in reparations?
I believe that any party you vote for should be for your reparations if you came from slaves.
Wow, okay. That's a whole conversation in itself.
Yeah, another conversation. But what I'm saying is to deep it and go back onto Margaret Sanger, at the end of the day, this is what I mean about power. You don't need to worry about the label, Democrat, Republican, or anything like that. Just understand this, innit? Yeah? Hillary Clinton wasn't ashamed to take a award from a racist. What did you say abortion was?
Murder.
Murderer. Mass murderer than it would be, right?
Yeah.
She's not ashamed to take that. She takes it with honor.
Yeah.
In fact, she's got speeches online talking about she's so proud to have this award.
She said Margaret Sanger is one of her mentors, I believe.
One of her mentors. Now, you can feel emotional about that, or you can get, oh, that's disgusting, that's da. I'm saying that's how they move. That's their group, that's their clan. They've always moved like that. Nothing has changed for them. Yeah, they are passing the baton. What we look at is them giving each other awards. No, Hillary Clinton said that black men
are super predators.
She's just passing on the baton to her grandchild. I'm not sure if they're related. I wouldn't be surprised if they were somehow. But what I would say is she's passing on the baton. You understand the bars, right? Because I put down the eugenics game. What game you putting down for me to give you this award? I'm putting down the super predator game. And she goes, come get your award. Come get your award. Yeah. So for me, I don't need to connect no dots. It's very obvious. We're not even in the rabbit hole yet. Like I'm saying, come on, fam. If you accept an award for somebody that basically genocided another race, what might be your motives then?
Addoink, what might be your motives? Addoink, we got some comments, yeah?
I just want you to, just because Cia Levy is on fire.
I want to see what the comment section's saying. Listen, folks, what are you doing? Like, seriously, the StreamYard link is right there in the live chat. Come on.
And do you see
click that link and let's have a talk. Come on, you guys are on fire now.
And before you jump on the comments, you see what it is now. Remember what I was telling you the other day? Yeah? They get bright and feisty. And everyone has their opinion in the comment section, yeah. But when you get your opportunity to come through and put down all your bars, everyone gets shy. Come around, people. Nobody bites over here. It's just opinions.
Can you articulate this point?
Please do.
Do you know what I mean? I want people to hear your opinion. It's not just our opinion. You're the whole people out there. You can hear us. You can see us. Come give your opinion. What did she say anyway? See, I leave it. I assume, I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Gents, look, America operates on an eliminate the threats mindset. If the threat is a rising China, eliminate. If the threat is an increasing powerful black folk, eliminate. Let's keep it real.
She's actually right, though.
Is it a she? Is it a she?
So
I don't know if that's a C.A. Levy. I don't know if it's a he or she.
Could you ask C.A. Levy if she's a she or a he?
Listen, folks.
No pronouns, please.
You guys need to start clicking that StreamYard link and coming in and have your say. This isn't just our show, it's your show too. This is your show. Why are you not coming to be part of your show, folks?
But I do want to say to C.A. Levy, round of applause. Yeah. Round of applause. Round of applause. He's he.
He is what?
He's he or she's
he, not she. Oh, it's a man. Yeah. All right, cool.
Oh, Mr. Levy.
Mr. Levy, Mr. Barrington.
Mr. Barrington Levy. Yeah? You're on fire.
Mr. Barrington.
You're on fire.
Let's get to the last couple of slides. Yeah, Addoink? Let's see what Sky News had to report about. There was a bill that was put through, like an anti-abortion bill or pro-abortion bill, depending on the way you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to the Democrat number one there, Addoink. So this is what was said. This is a bill. This is Sky News. Sorry, BBC News, by the way. A bill that would remove restrictions on late-term abortions in Virginia has led to a conservative outcry. The Democrat who sponsored the measure said it would allow abortions at any point in pregnancy up until the point of childbirth in certain cases. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
So, hang on. We'll get back to that.
Jesus.
Abortions.
Yeah.
Up to the point of childbirth. Killing a child as soon as it came out of the womb. Basically.
Ain't no one killing no child as soon as it comes out of the womb, bro.
No, this was the late term abortion bill that was put through in Virginia.
I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying when they take your baby at 9 months and they be like, oh, we're just gonna take it out of the room and kill this baby. No, that baby ain't gonna be killed, bro. That's what I'm saying. That baby is not going to be killed.
Have we got a caller? Yes, we've got a caller. Don't put him through.
Yeah,
Yo,
I've been watching
what's going
for a
on?
while. Just chilling. Very entertaining show. Real shit. I just want to say that.
Sorry, hang on. First of all, brother, where are you from? Where are you from?
Right now I'm in Cali. I'm in Inglewood, Los Angeles.
Respect to Cali. Respect to Inglewood.
Okay.
Respect.
Yeah.
What I want to say about Planned Parenthood is that I have seen a lot out here. So you definitely see more in like the poorer communities. You see them more like in the shopping malls. It's like you definitely like I grew up in a better neighborhood, you know. So now out here I'm kind of like in a hood spot. You definitely see like differences.
So are you saying that they're in the malls trying to get people to come to Planned Parenthood, basically?
I just think it's more advertised in the community, like for sure. And I think that's a red flag, honestly. If you see it advertised, something bad advertised in a not so good community, that just kind of tells you about the leadership. That, you know,
so
they're promoting.
Would you call yourself pro-choice or pro-life?
I've seen a lot of your videos, and I would say I'm pro-choice. But obviously, if like the 1% happens where they get raped and stuff, then yeah, fucking end that, because you don't want like a rape or baby. Obviously, that's common sense, right? But when it's being advertised to people making bad decisions.
Do you mean you're pro-life? Do you mean that you want babies to be born? Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it means he wants babies to be born, but he's prepared to take.
Be like premeditated before they even brought into life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you're just bringing something you wanted for fun, but you didn't even really want in the end. I don't know. People just got to make better decisions is all. Not saying like
I agree.
Any color, just people, anyone sticking their vital organ into someone else should be thinking before they do that. And I shouldn't even be saying that. Like that should be taught in schools, bro. Like
sorry, go on.
And that's what I was trying to say, my brother, about the even before you get taught like maths, English, etc., you should be taught social studies. Mm-hmm. Like you should immediately be taught how to interact with other people, how to be moral towards other people.
Exactly.
The rest of those skills you can learn later, because you can learn anything you want and then still make bad decisions.
Right.
Like in a sexual endeavor.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? But if we're taught morality first towards other human beings, what it is to impregnate a girl that you don't really love, and what the situation will be for your life and her life after that, and show examples to young children of how bad relationships can go. Because we want to show children now, like without being too far, we want to show them it's okay to grow up and cut off your penis. We're teaching that in schools now.
Right.
But we can't teach them about relationships and bad relationships.
And bad choices in relationships,
which lead to abortion.
Yeah. But we can give them
the advice of
transgender agenda.
Do you know what? You don't even know at 5 whether you want to be a boy or a girl yet. But we're not going to teach you how to have general relationships, regardless whether it's male or female, a transgender person, a gay person, how to have a relationship with them and sustain that relationship. We're not even teaching it.
Can I say something that's going to be quite controversial, Carlos? And Marcus, and
dude, you don't even gotta ask me. Just say that shit, bro.
Like I'm going to say something quite controversial, and I know I'm going to get a lot of stick for this. Yeah,
bro. That's why
I don't know if I could be with a woman long term if she'd had an abortion.
Yeah, because
then under what circumstances?
Coming ups, they're probably not as serious, so they're probably like, "Oh, I want to abort."
The reason why I say that, is because if you can kill your own child, what's your level?
Yeah, but what are the
rabbit hole, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can kill your own. I don't know your level.
there's first, let me get your opinion on that, Carlos. What do you think?
All right.
Could you date a woman that's had an abortion?
Wait, can you repeat that question again?
Could you date a woman? Sarah said that he's not sure whether he could date a woman that's had an abortion. Could you long term? Do you think you could date a woman that's had an abortion long term?
That's a good question. Right now, I'm gonna say no, but I feel like it's definitely something you can like work around and ask the person. But one thing I'm gonna say is like, there's power in the egg, the sperm. There's power in that. So by me releasing, that creates a baby. Okay, so if let's say I just beat my meat and I nutted in the toilet, right? I just secreted my life force. I threw it away. I flushed it down the toilet. It's in the draining. It's in the sewage system. I don't give a fuck about my part of my soul. You feel me? By doing that. And it's the same. It's the same with the women. If they do that, it's the same thing. It's like they're busting nuts, not caring about the consequence. So that's just how I see it. I don't know about, being in a relationship and women, but I think you can work on that if you see what happened to that person, why they got an abortion. If they're just fucking around, hopping in and off of dicks, getting abortions all the time, then you should be, that's a red flag. But if they're like, what if they got an abortion and they feel bad after? You would have some.
But that's something that's not spoken about, Carlos. A lot of the thing that's not spoken about is how bad women and the long-term mental effects of actually doing that and actually going through that. I remember Nicki Minaj made a song actually, and she spoke about having an abortion and how bad she felt right after that. And it's like that is the aspect of this whole conversation that a lot of people don't talk about, because it might take a mental toll on who you are as a person.
Yeah, but
for real,
you know what I want? You know what I want to ask is where does the 10 to 15 come in with that? Like, if you go through it and you say, right, no abortions, no way, yeah, and you go through with it, and you and this woman make each other's life a living hell, and therefore the child's life becomes a living hell.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's not right.
Would you not have rather gone down that path?
There's a comment right there that said, what did it say, Addoink? It said, every woman I know that has had an abortion is tormented by it.
For real, bro. That's PTSD. That's trauma. Like, people have miscarriages. My mom had a couple of miscarriages. That shit ain't cool, bro. They were like, let's say you had a miscarriage today. Every year, you would remember it today. I lost a son today. I lost a daughter. Every year. Every month, you could think of that child you lost. So thinking of a child thrown away is kind of more depressing.
But that's what I'm saying to you, my brother Carlos. Yeah, is the where we don't have the you see, you said something very, very, very poignant. Yeah, you said you go out there in a lower income area and you see them pushing the Margaret Sanger Planned Parenthood still to this day, right? But what you didn't tell me is, because you don't really see it, is you don't see our temples out there to deal with healing of trauma, do you?
Right. Help centers, you feel me? They don't want that though.
Right, but there's no,
that's just too powerful. That's just too powerful.
Where are the specialists in women dealing with the trauma of that?
Right, just as Carlos said, he's because I've heard this.
But they're not being represented. They're not being advertised.
Right, they don't have marketing, right? They're not popping up all over Instagram.
Listen, let's get someone else in. Carlos, listen, my brother. Sure. Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah, I love you.
Thank
I
you.
love you
listen.
guys' shit. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Listen, share, like, subscribe, let everybody know about us. The Black Opinion is here. Get it to them.
Of course, bro.
Much respect, Carlos.
Folks, listen. Carlos had the cojones, okay, to actually click that link, right? Do you have the same? Okay, do you have the same? I want some people clicking that link in the live chat right now. StreamYard link is right there. Addoink, there was a comment that I just saw that I just have to put back on that screen and we have to talk about, okay? It's from Peggy Laswell.
Peggy Laswell.
Oh,
Said, okay.
I bet there's Peggy.
Peggy says, right? And I quote, why are so many passionate pro-lifers men who have never become pregnant?
Respectfully, Peggy, is that an oxymoron question? Like, what? Sorry?
Okay, so
break it down
I'm guessing, Peggy wouldn't click the StreamYard link. And I'm guessing she wants to have this comment read out. And I'm guessing she's from the school of thought that says, oh, if you ain't a woman, you can't speak on abortion. Basically. Now.
How do you get pregnant? Can we just go through that? How do you get pregnant?
Facts. Marcus with the third eye.
If you got pregnant by yourself,
I wouldn't even.
Then I wouldn't speak on it.
Let's dead the topic.
But you didn't get pregnant by yourself, okay? You got pregnant because another man was involved. But all of a sudden, now.
Do you see what I said to you earlier about power?
Yes.
Do you remember when I made that statement about power?
Yes.
Well, what's it got to do with you now? You're not pregnant, are you? Do you get what I mean? And I like Peggy's bravery for coming through. Yeah? But at the end of the day, like, that's exactly what I was talking to you about. They will literally turn around, well, how would you know? I don't know. Maybe the fact that my child's in your belly. That could have some weight to it, no? But they will literally be like, how would you know? 9 months in my belly, so I'll make all the decisions. This is what I say, please be your own security team. Please, don't let that lust get to you. I know it's very easy when you're young, yeah? But you'll end up, respectfully, Peggy, but you'll end up with Peggy. And Peggy will be like, you don't know nothing. I'm going over here with my pregnancy.
Addoink, we need to get back to finishing that piece of the bill, okay? So if we go back to the first, I think it was like the fifth slide on the, what was it? On the Democrat, on the first slide on the Democrat, I think it was, right? Yeah, there we go. So we were talking about this bill, right?
Yep.
And we were saying critics said the bill which failed on Monday to be voted out of the subcommittee, would have allowed infanticide. It was voted out though, but it was suggested. It would have allowed infanticide. US President Donald Trump predicted the measure would energize his supporters. This is going to lift up the whole pro-life movement like maybe it's never been lifted up before, he told the Daily Caller in an interview published on Wednesday. Next slide from there, please, Addoink. Okay. Oh, hang on. Let me get it here.
What did the bill propose?
There you go. What did the bill propose? Under current Virginia law, third trimester abortions are only permitted if the risk to the mother's life is substantial and irredeemable. Language that Democrats wanted removed. The Democratic bill sought to allow for late-term abortions if the mother's physical or mental safety were at risk. The procedure would also have required sign-off by the doctor rather than 3 required under existing law. Next one, last one, please. Okay, what did Republicans say? Because it's a Democratic thing now. What did the Republicans say?
I don't know.
Mr. Trump said, do you remember when I said Hillary Clinton was willing to rip the baby out of your womb? That's what it is. That's what they're doing. It's terrible. The Republican caucus in Virginia House of Delegates tweeted, Democrats proposed legislation to allow abortions up to just seconds before the precious child takes his first breath. Thankfully, our strong conservative majority was able to defeat this bill, they added. So the Democrats were ready, as Donald Trump said, to rip the baby out your womb just seconds before it comes into the world.
Would people look at this as a victory because it didn't pass?
I'm guessing people did, yeah. I'm guessing people did.
Rather than the other party, which is your other option, like right arm, left arm, was voting for. So that would be a large percentage of the country that they represent, and they were voting for
it. Yeah.
Right? So even if it didn't get passed,
which would have been by Congress,
and
the Senate, I'm guessing,
right? But and then if challenged, taken to the Supreme, what I'm saying is, if half the people in my country felt, or close to half felt, 9 months, we can rip out the baby and just, bro, even if that didn't turn into being a law, I'll be very worried that
at the fact that you thought it was okay.
At least 40% of my country felt like
that
that's,
it was all right.
That's viable. We're going to vote for people that are trying to pass these laws.
Yeah.
And do you know what's even more scary? The majority of people that vote Democrat are what?
Black. Not the majority of people that vote Democrat, but a lot of black people in America vote Democrat. The majority of black people in America vote Democrat. To rip the baby out
and where was we before? That the majority of black people are the highest on the totem pole of what?
Abortion. In America. Connect the dots where you will, people. Addoink. There's one other thing that I want to read. There's UK statistics. I think it was in the demographics. There's a UK statistics. There we go, brother. UK statistics, but it's not.
I'm thinking that's the other way around.
No, UK. So the overall number, this is taken from the www.gov UK website.
Yeah.
Says between January and June 2020, there were 109,836 abortions performed on residents of England and Wales. This compares with 105,540 over the same period in 2019. So abortions went up by about roughly 4,500. For every month between January to April of 2020, there were more abortions performed compared with the corresponding month of 2019. In April 2020, there were just over 4,500 more abortions compared with April 2019. In May and June 2020, the number of abortions performed was less than the corresponding month in 2019. And there are the figures. So in 2020, let's just say 110,000.
In 2020?
In 2020, 110,000 babies in the UK were actually...
How are they getting abortions in the lockdown?
In 2020? Listen, man, life has to die.
People couldn't get cancer treatment.
What a question.
I was just thinking.
Also, there are around 75 million abortions per year worldwide.
Yeah.
Meaning that the size of Great Britain, roughly, the size of the UK, is being erased every year. The amount of people that live in the UK are being erased every year via abortion. That's a lot of babies dead.
So really and truthfully, abortion is it's a profession.
It's a profession.
Yeah.
73 to 79 million per year worldwide. That means there must be an economy made of it. That means there must be money made of it. Yeah. That means there must be people profiting from this thing.
Yeah.
If that many people are dying from it.
Well,
in this capitalist world, you can't even walk around a corner without someone making some money from it.
As our honorable caller Carlos did state, that in America they promote it. Like when he's going out, they've got stores or stands or whatever it is, marketing for it. Because it's an industry.
Right. It's an industry.
Yeah. So
death is an industry.
Yeah. Well, so is you make a lot of money if you're gonna be a funeral company.
Yeah, but you've already lived your life. So I get that.
Yeah.
But we're talking about lives that I actually haven't lived.
Yeah. Indeed.
So, in a roundup, Marcus, we're going to round up. Thank you to Carlos, as a matter of fact. Thank you to Carlos for calling in. Big up Carlos. Anyone else wants to call in, feel free. Tap the StreamYard link live in the chat right now if you want to say something. We got about 5 minutes before we finish the program. If you want to get in before we leave, by all means, go ahead. Big up all the people that chatted. That donated, that commented. Big up all the people that tuned in and liked, shared, and subscribed. We appreciate you. We are going to grow this Black Opinion podcast bigger than anything you've ever seen. Because you know why? Because here, we don't care about freedom of speech. We don't care about stifling freedom of speech, let me say. What we do is that we allow your opinions and your views, no matter who you are, no matter what race, religion, no matter what ethnicity, no matter what sex, no matter what quote unquote gender you are or you choose to be, come and have your say.
Yeah, come and have your opinion, man.
Addoink, let's get to some comments.
I thought this one was really interesting. Well, not interesting, but it's a big up to the show. But Sa Levy was just letting us know, he's impressed with what we're doing. He likes the dialogue, likes the topics, likes what's flashing up on the screen. He said the show is pure fire.
Thank you very much, Sa Levy.
Come through, Levy.
Come through and Levy. Click the link.
Yeah, and if not today, next Wednesday, come through, Mr. Levy. Yeah?
Listen,
we appreciate your time.
Marcus, let's round up. At the beginning of the show, you said that you were okay with abortion.
No, circumstantial.
As I was going to say, as long as it's circumstantial, bro.
I went okay.
As long as it's circumstantial.
Yeah, as long as it's circumstantial.
So, circumstantial murder is okay.
Yeah.
In your opinion?
Definitely.
But without those circumstances, you're not about it.
Then it's just murder.
My opinion is
go in.
The same.
Yeah.
Circumstantial.
Yeah.
There was a grape, and I said this, if there was something that happened that went down.
Circumstantial.
Circumstantial, by all means, you can do it. However, if it's not that, I believe that better choices need to be made. Education on contraception needs to happen. And we need to start valuing the life of human beings in general. I think the life of human beings is looked upon as such a whimsical throwaway thing. This thing called abortion can actually be at such a high rate.
Well, it is.
And I think that's because people do not view life, like Sa Levy said, with sanctity.
No, they don't.
I think life is very throwaway nowadays.
And I think pressure from either gender, male or female, can come into it where people are just not being responsible. And if not for the convenience of modern science, you wouldn't even have these options unless you had a violent abortion. And I don't want to get into violent abortion, but that wouldn't be so pretty. You know? So I think if modern science hadn't gone to where it's got to now, people wouldn't even be taking these options. Right. So I'm not going to say that I've never been in a bad situation, but what I will say is you don't want to keep on being in bad situations. That's what I mean circumstantial.
Addoink, I just saw a comment by NB, and it starts off with saying, on Peggy's point, a man's voice is definitely relevant on this. Can you see that? Because I'd like people to see that on the screen. It says, on Peggy's point, a man's voice is definitely relevant on this, but the fact remains, a lot of pro-lifers are men because having a child doesn't affect them as much as it does a woman. Now, remember last show when we spoke about the burden that men have in speaking up and getting things done in society? What we said, or what I remember what you saying, is that women generally are not thinking with the logic.
Yeah.
They're using their emotion of the situation.
Especially when you're pregnant, yeah.
Especially when they're pregnant. So when we can see as men that society is going a certain way and it's not for the benefit of society, we're going to speak about it. We're not looking at it via an emotional standpoint. We're looking at it via a logical standpoint. The point is, to build a society and a nation, you need people. If you are killing the people that are needed to sustain and build nation, you ain't doing the right job. And so as men, we need to say that, because generally women don't say that, because they say, oh, you know what? It's a woman's choice, blah, blah, blah. Which is why I understand I'm going to get a lot of hate for this show from women, but it's actually okay, because somebody has to stand up and say something. And I really do believe, generally, I've said this on many occasions, men are out here doing the work that women should be doing amongst other women. I think when it comes to talking about abortions, I think when it comes to talking about the ways in which a lot of women act today and a lot of mothers act today, men are vocalizing themselves, and a lot of women are staying silent because it's your girlfriends, it's your people, you don't want to offend women. Women, when they get into speaking about these certain topics, get called what? Pick me, right? They get called all these types of things by other women who just won't check other women on certain subjects. So the reason why I tackled this subject today is because I feel as a man, I have a right to have a viewpoint and opinion on it if the child that's in the womb was not made by immaculate conception. Okay? The child was made via a man too, so a man should at least have the right to throw his opinion in and say what he wants to say. That's what I personally think.
Agreed.
So, Addoink,
agreed.
Let's read one more comment before we peace out of this place.
It's on the screen right now.
We need much more education and teach about the biology of life. I think that went on mine.
Yeah, I was going
Kimber.
Yeah. Bring it up again.
No, it's all right. If the woman decides to keep that baby, then it should be her responsibility financially then. Ooh,
Kimber.
Ooh.
Shooting. Kimber shooting.
If the woman decides
Kimber shooting
to keep the child, then it's her responsibility financially.
If she decides to keep the child without
the guy's consent.
Without your consent.
Say the guy wants the abortion now, and she says, no, I'm going to have it.
Sounds good in theory, but
then that's how. Does he have the right to say, you know what? Well, financially, you chose to have it.
He doesn't, because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Addoink? What do you mean?
I'm saying she can say that, but it's not going to happen. He's going to have to pay. He's going to have to come out his pocket.
Yeah, because what?
Because the society in which we live in.
Yeah, because of the system.
Yeah.
The system will make sure he comes out his pocket.
You see, we go back to the same thing again.
Yeah.
We're in a Babylonian system. You've known that since when?
1970, right now.
Right. Yeah. So you know, as a man, that you need to be top flight security for your thing. Because I agree with him on that statement. If I turn around and say, I'm not on it, then you go, I'm on it, and you run off to wherever and go and have to see it. Then you want to come and pressure me about, that's your child, that's your child. Yeah. I'm saying at the end of the day, yeah, because of where I live, where I was born, yeah, I know I'm going to have to pay, regardless, bro. It don't make, even if I believe she's taking the P.
And she is probably taking the P as well.
And she is taking the P.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But the bottom line is, because of where I live, it's either that or I have to turn up in front of people I don't want to turn up in front of.
Like a judge and that.
I don't want to speak to them, bro. I've got nothing to say.
Sorry, I saw something, and we're supposed to be finishing. We're going to finish.
It's fine, don't worry.
But Peggy Laswell says the fact. Can you put that one up there?
What's Peggy saying?
Men, if you go up a little bit.
The fact that some men, you said?
Yeah.
From Peggy. Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah, put that up on the screen.
Yeah.
Now, Marcus, right? This is what Peggy says, right? Can you keep it on the screen, Jeff?
Yeah, it's on the screen now.
Yeah, it's Peggy.
The fact that some men would never date a woman who has had abortion is incredibly hateful. Would you think that's hateful?
Respect.
If a man has standards.
Again, much respect to Peggy for having the bravery to say the things that she's saying, because I think sometimes you can discredit people because you don't agree with them. But just the bravery to say your opinion to people like us that deal in...
Let me just cut that, because the bottom line is, I'm going to address that, because the bottom line is, if a man has standards, he has standards. If he says he doesn't want to deal with a woman who's had an abortion. That's his prerogative. Women have a long list of standards when it comes to men, and they're allowed to express their standards when it comes to men. You know, men have to be 6 feet tall, or men have to have a beard, or men have to be financially stable and have this much money, or women have standards. But I've noticed, as soon as a man says that he has a standard, all of a sudden it's hateful. Respectfully, Peggy, I think your opinion is nonsensical. And the fact that you use the term hateful goes to show that you're looking at this emotionally. This is not an emotional argument. This is actually trying to weigh up whether or not the person for the future is a person that's somebody that a man can actually see himself settling down with based off her moral compass. It's got nothing to do with hate. Okay, it's to do with the fact that he's seen her moral compass and he said, you know what, I'll opt out of that. But thank you for your opinion. Anyway,
I'm not even going to cap for Peggy. Yeah. But what I'm going to say is this. Yeah. The reason why I say I can respect Peggy's thing. Yeah. Is because, see, when she put hateful at the end.
Yeah.
I already knew it was a woman thing. I already knew, like, I already knew she weren't using logic. She was just going, maybe Peggy has been through something similar, or knows people that have been through something similar. Yeah, and she was like, and you wouldn't pick them.
No, I have every right.
And you have every right, like you said, you have every right not to pick them, right?
Right.
But Peggy's going, but that makes my friends feel upset.
I don't care.
Right,
listen.
And you see that, don't care, that's logic.
If you want to...
She's not fighting you with that.
Listen, there are some women out here, yeah, I would just say, this to just get some things down. There are some women out here who will literally have morgues in their womb. Yeah. They have had multiple abortions. They've killed multiple children. They've got cemeteries in their womb, bro. Yeah, and they might not like to hear that, but I'm not trying to get a woman that's got a cemetery womb. Yeah, long term. That's just not what I'm trying to do. So if that's you, by all means, respectfully, that's your life. Cool, but I'm saying as a man, my standard is I don't want no cemetery womb woman. Yeah, that's just me.
And when you don't pick a cemetery womb woman, do you respect their right to say what you're saying is hateful?
They can say it's hateful, but you'd have to prove it.
No, they can't, because their gang moves with emotion. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like they move off of emotion. Like Peggy's statement is based in emotion, because she said hate, so it's based on how you make her feel, not on what you're
actually saying.
That not your walk in life, not how she knows you, not what you've gained in experience and logic and understanding through life, and what your do's and your don'ts. It's not based in that. It's just based in you make me or people I know unhappy, even if you're not going out with them.
Listen,
James, what do you think about this comment here, though? I know we've got to close.
Last one in closing.
Most women manage the financials of raising a child. I don't know any single mothers that are dependent on a man, even the father, for sustenance. Well, I don't know what men you're around. Yeah, but this man. This man, the men that I'm around. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know those guys.
But you remember I said that last week, and I got the work from it in the comment section. But nobody called up today. But I got the work for it in the comment section. But this is what I mean again. Like, how comes all of a sudden now? What didn't that comment say to you logically? My friends are happy single mothers and they get no help.
Yeah.
All right then. I didn't even know how to combat that. My friends ain't getting no help.
Yeah.
And they happy with no help.
So what about them?
I don't even know what to say to that.
If they're happy with no help, that's their business.
More power to them. Like,
that's their business.
Yeah.
Anyway, family, thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. We are peacing out. Addoink.
Salute.
Tell the people, peace out, man.
Peace out, people. We'll see you next week. Thanks to everybody. You're all stars. We'll be back next week for another full-fledged, packed show.
All right, then. Peace, family.
Peace.
Peace.